so good today.
Good morning. Hey, I'm feeling so good. Good morning.
Hey,
Hey, I'm feeling so good today. Hey,
good morning. Hey, I'm feeling better than yesterday. Hey,
good morning. Hey, I'm working on myself today.
hey, good morning. Hey,
I gotta give my best today.
hey, I gotta get my best today. It's good morning.
Challenges are out there.
Hey, the challenges are out my way. Hey,
I ain't worried about yesterday.
hey,
Hey,
But the challenges are out
good
my
morning.
way.
hey, I'm feeling better than
Yesterday,
Hey,
Hey,
I'm feeling good in my spirit this morning. And if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going.
you
You
gotta
gotta
keep
keep
going.
going.
It's gonna be alright.
hey,
You gotta keep going. Keep them prayers tight.
whatever you say.
Hey,
Hey, you feel good today.
hey,
Hey,
I feel good
feeling
today.
good in my spirit this morning. And if you feel bad, I suggest you keep going. You gotta
Hey.
keep going.
Hey, good morning.
I was like, did a bird?
Hey,
I'm feeling so good today. Hey,
I'm better than yesterday.
Blessings, blessings.
Good morning.
hey,
I gotta give my best today.
Go in the
I gotta give my
comments.
best today. Hey, who
Say
ready to give their
something
best today?
Talk
What's
good
up?
today.
Good
Talk good
morning.
today. How you
Don't
feeling
worry
this
about
morning?
yesterday.
We ain't worried about yesterday.
The
Hey,
obstacles are out
good
my way.
morning. Hey, hey,
And I'm feeling so good
and I'm
today.
feeling so good today. It's good morning. Hey, hey,
Moving challenges
out my way. I'm moving challenges up out my way. Hey, it's good morning. Hey, good morning. Good morning. Hey, and this is for the Soul Tribe. Hey, good morning.
Grand rising.
Hey,
I feel like
hey,
marching like the old people
Whatever it
used to
is
do in
you
church.
say.
Remember my grandmother and them, they used to be like,
what's up, tribe? Hey, good morning. Hey, grand rising.
I'm so glad that I'm here today.
Hey, I'm so glad that I'm here today.
I'm so glad that I'm here today.
Good morning.
Hey,
Good morning. Hey,
hey, I'm feeling so good
I'm feeling so good
today.
today. Anybody feeling so good this morning?
Good morning.
It's good morning.
Hey, we don't worry about
Yesterday, we don't worry about yesterday.
Hey,
Mm-mm.
it's good morning. Hey, my pants can't get in my way. Hey,
Hey,
get in my way.
hey, my pants can't get in my way. Hey, hey, what's up? Hey, good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Hey, it's hot out here, y'all. Where you guys at this morning? Where you guys at? Where you from? Where you at? Represent your city. Okay.
I'm full of positivity.
Hey, I'm full of positivity. Nothing can stop me. Hey, divinity chose me.
Hey,
Hey, I'm feeling good in my spirit. Hey, and I know that you can hear it. Hey, we don't run now. Life is getting better.
Hey.
life is getting better.
Hey, Life is getting better. Hey, better and better. Hey, we don't run now. Life is getting better. Hey, hey, with our hands high, we in the fast lane.
Hey,
And now our gifts,
Hey,
they make a way.
you heard me. We in our purpose. Hey,
Hey. And now our gifts,
hey, they make a way. We in our purpose.
forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand out.
Hey,
Forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand out.
and now we live in mask off.
Forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand out.
Hey, and now we live in mask off. Hey, and now we live in
And
mask
when it
off.
rains, we don't run now. Life is getting better.
You ever had to live in your truth?
Whoever the world wants you to be, you can be who you are.
Guess what? And now we live in mask off. We had to pull the mask off. Hey,
Forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand out.
We don't worry what the people say.
we don't worry about what the people say.
We live in a different way.
Hey,
Hey, it's time to pull the mask off.
hey,
Hey,
hey. It's all about your energy. Hey,
I get it.
it's all about your energy. Hey, you're like, is this a friend or an enemy?
Been on the fence. Been on the fence. Been on the fence. Is it a friend or enemy?
It's kind of crazy. It's all about the energy. Been on the fence. Is this a friend or an enemy? It's clear apparently. They love your energy. I get it. It's all about your energy. Hey, hey. The vampires love your energy. I get it. It's about your energy.
Tell him.
Hey,
Forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand out.
sometimes you gotta reset your mind, you know?
You heard me?
Hey,
Forget a handout, spending time trying to fit in. You gotta stand
Hey.
out.
felt like, oh my gosh, it's gonna be one of those days.
and now we live in mask off.
Right? Because the day is whatever you believe it's gonna be. Hey, hey, I'm full of positivity.
Hey, I'm full of positivity. Nothing can stop me.
Transmuting negativity.
Hey.
It make me full of
Divinity chose
positivity.
me.
Transmuting negativity.
You heard me.
It make me full of positivity.
Hey.
Hey.
Good morning, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well in positive energy. And you already know, attracting the life you desire because it's your birthright, okay? We're coming through with another live for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. And don't forget, if you love the video, to run it up, okay? We need this message to get out to the collective, right? So don't forget to share the video out. Feels so good to be here with you guys this morning. Thank you for your energy, your time, and, you know, all of your love.
Hey y'all, good morning.
Good morning.
Grand rising. And
It's hot.
it's not a projected energy, and it's not even just something that I'm saying this morning. Woke up grateful. I woke up. I had put on Saint Finnegan, grateful. Grateful I woke up again. Woke up to see the sun again. And then I end up putting on Marvin Sapp. I'm so glad I made it. I made it through. In spite of the storms, the rain. And then what happened was I got an overwhelming sense of, like, first I felt guilty, y'all. Right? I want to talk to y'all about it. I felt guilty because I've been feeling kind of lately like, you know, things ain't going my way, and I want to be a little bit further than where I am, and I want things to be this way. And you know, I felt guilty when God reminded me of what I had earned.
Come on now.
I ain't even get what I earned, right? Like, I tell y'all a lot of times I was shot and I went into a coma. You know, a person shot me through the back and I went through a coma. And, you know, that's a testimony to physically die and God bring you back. That's a testimony and it stands strong. But it's so much more than that because I earned that.
Come on.
If I be honest, I earned that. So God gave me a blessing in that. But then I looked at like, when God intervened in my life and gave me an awakening, it was much more deep at a certain point, right? Like when I got wounded, that didn't really wake me up like God wanted me to get up. You know, I didn't really get the message then. But when I really got the message, y'all, was when I was moving in a direction because I was connected to somebody and they was headed for destruction. And I was so connected to this person that I was headed to destruction right along with that person, right? Now, God intervened and separated me from that person, right? Now, that person and a few others, they are contending with the destruction that they was headed towards, and God saved me from it. Now, mind you, I earned it. Why? Because I was on a path to destruction right along with them. So why did God see fit to wake me up in such a way where he was like, look, all this shit is an illusion you dealing with, all of it. And I say God spoke to me like that in that language because that's the only thing I could understand. I was sitting around in life headed for destruction. There was many people around me, some righteous and some not. But nobody could get the message to me, right? So God spoke it to me like this. All this shit before you is an illusion. Wake up. That's when I woke up. And I began to see things on a spiritual level. And I'm grateful for that because I was sitting back thinking like, and I want somebody to think for a minute. Just say you did something out there when you was in the wrong in your lower self, in your south node, and say you contracted something that you gotta contend with now in your north node. Cause there's some people like that. I'm not one of those people. I wouldn't have made it. Like this, say I would have been out there and I picked up something like, say I contracted, you know, them venereal diseases that they stay with you. If I would have got one of them, I wouldn't have been able to make it. Because the way my mind set up, everything I would have thought about would have been centered around, damn, I did that and now I can't take it back. So I look at it like, for that alone, gratefulness. And gratefulness is key because when I found that sense of gratefulness, it's like I unlocked a certain level. God was like, now you get it. Now you understand, you know? God's plan is first to preserve you. If he giving you that, that's enough for you to work with and to be grateful with that. Like God is sustaining you, preserving you in spite of what you literally earned. Because I know I'm talking to some people, you did some things that it could have earned you. If you'd have got what you earned, you probably wouldn't even be on this live right now. For real. But the fact that you didn't and God woke you up from it, not woke you up this morning, I'm talking about woke you up from yesterday. That's a different wake up. God wake us up this morning, we take that for granted, half of us. We get up, many of us don't even pray. Some days I miss, but most days I hit. I get up most days, y'all, and I'm prayerful. Most days when I get up. Like I say, I miss, but I'm gonna hit that target, if none other, because I understand where my strength come from. And I want somebody to realize that, like, God didn't allow you to get what you earned. He gave you something different. Yeah. So that was just it. Try to urge somebody
Beautiful
to be
energy.
grateful.
That's so real because, I know if I would have gotten all the things I deserve, I wouldn't be sitting right here in front of everyone. So I'm so grateful, and I'm just trying to learn how to just show even more gratitude because, the world, can really steal your joy. So it's very important that, we do prioritize our joy just like our happiness, and we understand that we are in control of these things. And while there are so many things that we can be down and sad about, I feel like it's very important to find gratitude at some point throughout each day. Okay? Gives us purpose.
And when you're looking at life on a daily, and you feel like, cause somebody could feel like, I want more. I feel like I deserve more, this, that, and the third. you're gonna block yourself like that because it shuts down the door of opportunity, like a lack of gratefulness. Like sometimes it's good to just be grateful for what you literally have on today.
Let's get a message out. I heard Mariah. I don't know if this is your name, your sister's name, something like that. Where you guys at? Where you guys from? What's up, tribe? Before we get into the message, let me see. Let me read some of these comments real quick before we get in. Let me see if I can see. Hold on, y'all. It's kind of bright out here. I look like Mickey Mouse. Oh, that's cute. I guess. I'll look like a mouse. That's cute. You got me. Ooh. What's up, y'all? Good morning. What's up, Empress? Hey, Empress. What's up? Who's that, Steven? What's up, Steven? Yes, God is good all the time. Good morning, Grand Rising. What's up, Beams? Hey, love. We got Florida here. What's up, Florida? I can't hardly see. What's up, San Antonio? Texas is in the building. Hey, guys. Let me see. Sis 8 with that Mickey Mouse comment. I do look like Mickey Mouse a little bit. Look at me. Let me see. Cleaning up, Louisiana. Oh, yeah, you moving. Did you move already? I can't see. Oh, you in? I think she moved already. Congrats to you, love. So happy for you.
Okay, Empress B, that's good to hear.
Be careful out there, okay? Pay attention. You know, it's a lot of little crazy stuff to be happening out there.
I'm glad you made it to your destination.
Okay? Don't be joining no groups and stuff now. Stay where you're at, Spirit says, all right? Let me see. What else we got on here? I'm trying not to miss nobody. Can you see? What's up? Is that Joel? I can't see. So bright. What's up, Joel? Hey, y'all. What's up, show? Hey, y'all. I don't know if I missed you. I'm sorry. Okay. Kudos to you, Empress. Shout out to you and your family. Safe travels. I'm glad you guys are getting whatever you deserve. You're welcome.
It feels good when you see people coming into, like, you know how as a reader, like this for my readers, this for my intuitives, right? Psychic intuitives. You know how when you read people, and sometimes you don't really mean to, but sometimes their energy is just intrusive, or not in a good way or a bad way. But I say, like, as a medium, it really feels good when you see somebody genuinely coming into lightness, right? Like you can see that somebody faced darkness and chose lightness. And then it's the waiting period. When you go through that, real talk, like, cause when you, I was telling sis on the phone yesterday, everybody got a point where when you awaken spiritually, right? Spirituality out here. When you awaken spiritually, you come to a point where you choose light or dark, good or evil, God or devil. Once you really learn what's up, this is above the religion. I'm talking about when you really delve into the spirit of the matter, you make an intentional choice. Like when you become aware of your power, and most people, they be like, safe to say, they be like, I'm gonna take my power and do something dark. But the people that choose lightness, they go through a waiting period because what the darkness was providing you when you was undecided, it don't be there no more when you make a decision. It's like the devil take everything off the table. So you feel like, damn, you know, you can't get it your old way. And I feel like when I see people life coming into fruition, like went through something, everything fell apart, and it starts to come back together, and you feel that, it feels good. Because as a medium, sometimes you run into people and you can see that they earn darkness. Like, it's like It's nothing like a person that come to you for help, and you looking at their story spiritually, like, and it's hard to tell them, damn, you kind of getting what you earned. You know what I mean? Like, this is kind of the karma. So it feels good to see somebody earning it, Empress B. 9 of Cups to the Queen of Swords. That's for you. Wish fulfillment to the Queen of Swords. Intelligent, quick, complexity, graceful, observant, perceptive. Happiness, compassion, trust in the universe, high-minded optimism. That's a personal read for you, Miss Empress B. You put that to the side. So let's get into it. What you got, baby?
The sun fell out for you.
All this shit falling out. 10 of Cups.
There you go.
The sun fell out. The 10 of Cups fell out.
There you
like,
go. All right. Good energy. Let's see. All right, let's get a message out for you guys. I don't know. There's something here. There's something very important here, I feel. And I feel like we had a late start for a reason. I don't know if you had a late start this morning. You could have overslept this morning. You could just be running a little bit behind, but everything's in divine timing here. I think, you know, things are going according to how they should here. We got the Tower showing up, okay, to the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse. So, I don't know. There is a Tower here, okay? And something has to be let go. Something about an orange butterfly is very significant. You can see 3 orange butterflies pass you today, okay? They could come in a 3, group of 3. Something significant about the squirrel as well here. Something about the some nuts. I don't know if you need to incorporate more nuts into your diet, okay? I don't know if someone feels like they're going crazy here, but you're not crazy. It's a Tower moment. You know, the Tower is when the inevitable happens. It's something that we can't prevent. Now, you know, a Tower can come and you can either go into fight or flight mode. You know, it's one or the two when a Tower comes in. It's like, you know, are you going to fight through this or are you going to run from it, right? So, I don't know. I feel like with the 4 of Pentacles in the reverse, you are not running from something. You're willing to let go of a thing, but that doesn't mean that you're running here. I don't know. It's something like, you know, maybe something happened to show you that there's something that really has to go. You know, maybe this is the last straw on a situation. What are you gonna say, baby?
No, I just was gonna say,
Go ahead.
It's a lot of butterflies surrounding this tower. I've never seen that before. I've never seen a tower card with butterflies, so I feel like it's a good tower.
Yeah.
A tower is a necessary occurrence that has to happen.
Absolutely.
Sometimes, in order for you to get ahead, something got to come down. In order for you to move forward, something has to happen. Sometimes, and I'm gonna get out of that, but sometimes people form certain rumors about you, right? And literally, in order for you to get ahead, it has to be a tower to, like, I don't want to say what I'm feeling, right? I don't want to take it there, but what I'll say is a tower is a change in the wind. So sometimes things have to literally fall apart in order for new things to emerge.
Okay. Now, with this Tower, we have cloudy judgment here, illusions, unbalanced, and distorted. Okay? So I feel like, you know, with the Tower here and cloudy judgment, Spirit is saying, God is saying to someone, just because a Tower moment is here, don't allow your judgment to become cloudy, right? That means, like, you know, don't start giving up your faith. Don't start not believing because something is not looking how it needs to look for you, right? You know, we get so big in our egos as humans. I know I do, right? I get in my ego so bad sometimes, and you know, it's one of my biggest blockers. So that's why I've been trying to just, you know, fight that thing within me, right? My own ego. And it's something about that, you know, when a Tower comes, it can allow our judgment to be a little cloudy because, you know, we as humans, we picture things a certain way, right? And when we don't see, when the picture doesn't appear how we expect it to appear, you know, we become distorted, right? So I think it's very important right now for us to understand that, you know, a Tower moment is necessary sometimes. You know, the Tower comes to clear out a situation so that a new situation can be built. You know, it's like when you build a home on an unstable foundation, right? If I put a bunch of, you know, if I put a bunch of marshmallows at the bottom, right, and then I try to go and build a house on top, what's gonna happen? It's not gonna be sturdy, right? But if I take my time and I dig and I put the concrete and I lay a good foundation, this is something that's gonna last for my children, my grandchildren, their children, right? So it's something like that here. Okay, and then last but not least, we got Ganesh. Yes. Okay.
Warrior God.
You know,
Warrior God.
this is spiritual warfare. You know, someone needs to know this. Like, you know, stop expecting life to be easy because you chose this path. Just because you chose this path does not mean things get easy. They actually become more challenging, because to whom much is given, much is required. Right? So I feel like, you know, there's someone, yeah, it may be a little thunder, a little lightning, because I don't know if it's thunderstorming where you are or if it's in the forecast for today. But, you know, things could look a little suspect, right? However, don't allow your judgment to be clouded. You know, God has already given you a vision of something. And sometimes you just have to be like, devil, look, God already told me this. You know, sometimes you have to tell yourself, look, God has already told me this. I'm not going to keep battling back and forth with myself in my mind, because that's what happens.
Real talk. That was, yeah, no doubt. When I see Ganesh, I want to tell you a story that we went through with this particular deity, right? Because it could be a need for somebody to begin to respect other people's religion.
Come on.
And not be so, okay. This is a matter of authority. I had a conversation about this last night. All right, first I'm going to talk about what happened with Ganesh.
Be right back.
We actually went to work with some people, and this was their god, Ganesh. Now, me being a little rough around the edges, just coming into my spirituality, I really didn't understand what the divine was doing with me in general. I was being taught different things. So I had a certain amount of, I can say, I'm gonna call it what it was. I had a certain amount of arrogance, because I knew, like, no, you know.
No.
Okay, so like I was saying, when we went to work for these particular people, I had a certain amount of arrogance, because I just wasn't familiar with a lot of things. So when we began to work with these people, I began to, I would like get things and then I would pay for them later. I would pay for them, but I would get them now. And when I left, I felt the uneasy sense, like, why am I feeling like crazy? Like I really done something on a spiritual level. And then when I went back to the store, I began to pay attention. I noticed that they had a protection over the store. Bam. Then I went in the back and I noticed that they had an offering set out for Ganesh. They had bread and they had an altar. And I was like, and then I on a deeper level, I went to my wife and I was like, I'm not going to get nothing from the store no more like that. Like, because I feel like their God is saying, play fair with us, we gonna play fair with you. And that's the thing about respecting people's spirituality. Ain't one greater than the other, y'all. No religion is greater than the other, right? And that's something that we need to learn. Like, people have this attitude in the world, like what they have is the end all be all. It's not about that. It's about being able to respect. Like I said, these people was employing us, but that was their God, right? That was their custom. They was foreigners from India. So I had to learn. I began to read, I began to learn, and I learned that, okay, you know, I learned to respect other people's belief systems. And somebody that could be, it could be a hindrance. Because, you know, we get the feeling what we know is superior, when in reality, that's what makes us inferior. The ability to see the interconnectivity of everything. Like, it's like God is up here and everybody down here fighting about who God is, and God up here, he in all of it for real. So it's like, all right, Moving right along, I want to deal with this issue that I got out here. I had the Two of Wands in reverse to the Three of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Swords to the Calm, right? Undecided. When you undecided and you move toward things, your work is mediocre. Look at that butterfly. Confirmation. Your work is mediocre. When you in the Two of Wands in reverse and the Three of Pentacles in reverse, it means that what you spitting out is not your best work. And it's not your best work, maybe because you have conflicting interests inside. Somebody maybe needs to decide what is it that you really want to be doing. Matter of fact, is what you're doing going to be sustainable in the near future? Because if you feel like what you're doing brings you anxiety or it's a hard task, you shouldn't be doing. It's probably not something you should be doing, or something that you should probably study a little more, because it's hard to sustain that. And I told my sister yesterday, we can do a lot on energy, right? But in the spirit realm, you need a spiritual authority, because you only can do but so much on energy before you get exhausted spiritually. Right? Some people have powerful spirit, but it's easier when you have an authority. Ace of Swords, Spirit is saying, to alleviate this Two of Wands in reverse, undecided, unrealistic, right, is what it's saying. Unrealistic. It's on the card. To the Three of Pentacles, you need Ace of Swords, calm. Your truth is needed. The truth. You have to find the truth of who you are and live in it. Otherwise, you're going to be in the Two of Wands to the Three of Pentacles. Undecided, producing mediocre work. 11-11 on the clock. 11-11-11. I see 3 11s right now. To thy own self be true. That's the word I'm going to leave you with, right? I could sit here and elaborate on all day, but that's the truth of the matter. To thy own self be true.
Hey, Carol. Carol, how are you? Someone lost a relationship here. Someone made a decision, whatever they did. We got the Lovers in the reverse, Gemini energy. Okay, to the Five of Cups in the reverse. So I don't know. Someone's not feeling sorry about something here, okay? Maybe, you know, you made a choice and it was a good decision. So why would you feel bad about it? I'm liking this energy. You know, this is a person that I feel like for once, you know, you're okay with making the right choices. You know how sometimes you have to make those tough decisions and they hurt, so you try not to make, you know, you delay making those decisions. I feel like there's someone and you're not doing that anymore. And actually it's bringing in the sun here for you, okay? There could have been a lot of things being illuminated in your life. You know, there could be a lot of truths being revealed here. I feel like a lot of happiness. Okay, and I don't know if there is the spirit of depression or the spirit of anxiety, the spirit of just being unsure is in the way, but there's someone, and you know, happiness is here, and if you're not feeling it, you have to learn how to create it. Okay, cultivate happiness. I like that, babe. Right, so cultivate your own happiness. You know, I feel like, you know, there's someone, and I don't know, it's like, I feel like sometimes you give up on your happiness or something like that. You know, I feel so bad for people that really go through, you know, terrible relationships in life, and then they judge the entire, you know, sex based off of the one, you know, based off of a couple experiences. I really feel bad for those people, because, you know, it prevents good people from really being able to be in good, healthy relationships, because they just kind of shut things, you know, they shut people out, you know, they become untrusting, they become resentful of the opposite sex, you know, the same sex, whatever. But I feel like whoever you are, you got away from something, you know, you made a very tough choice. It wasn't something that was easy. It was a very difficult decision. But I feel like it was a decision that really upgrades your life here. You know, one of those decisions that is like do or die situation. You could have been in a do or die situation, right? Where, I don't know, somebody could have been putting your health at risk. You know, somebody could have been putting your family at risk, whatever it is. It's like, you know, you had to finally choose you for a change. and you did that and you stood firm and it's being illuminated, you know. You could even have a son, you know what I'm saying, like maybe a child anywhere between the ages of 4 and maybe let's say 11. They could be really looking up to you, like very proud of, you know, the choices that you've made to overcome some of the challenges that you've been going through. And I know it feels tough, but you have to understand when you're making these kind of decisions, they're not only affecting you, they are affecting the people that you are responsible for, right? So kudos to you for making the right decisions, even though you were tempted by wrong, you know? I feel like even your own immaturity sometimes, your own spitefulness sometimes, you know, made you want to do certain things, but I feel like you stuck to, you know, the side you were on, and now things are changing. You know, the sun is here. The sun allows things to grow, right? In order for the plants to grow, we have to have the sun to shine down on them, right? We need the water to rain, right? So I don't know, it's something about that. Something about you really having everything inside of you that you need, you know. You could be figuring out that you are the main ingredient to the sauce, right? Something like that. You can have very beautiful eyes. I don't know if you have a hazel color eyes or a very unique color eyes, but it's something about your eyes here is what I'm seeing. There's someone with very unique looking eyes, exotic.
Look like
maybe.
you got contact lenses on.
Yeah, you may look like you even wear contacts, but you have a natural.
Are they real eyes in your head?
Exotic. I'm seeing like almost like those ones where they like almost like hazel green cat looking eyes.
Because you
Very
had
nice.
a blue shirt on yesterday.
And it
they
changes
was
your
blue.
eyes color.
And now you got a green shirt
And it's-
on
and
and
they
they're
gray.
green. So we want to know, are they real?
Do you wear contact lenses? No, we know you got beautiful eyes here, okay? Something about that. Someone knows what I'm talking about, them cat eyes. My grandmother had those eyes. It's crazy.
West Side.
My brother has them too,
Yeah,
right?
dude.
I'm like, everybody got the eyes. And so how they gonna skip me? All I get is a little green eyeshadow. Ain't nothing but brown eye, but it's
I
all
ain't gonna
good.
lie, when I was in school and when I was a young lad and I used to go to high school, and people used to have them brown pretty eyes. I used to be like, man, I want me a set of them.
Everybody
I
wanted
used to be like, why God ain't make them?
Yeah, well, how do you think I feel? My grandmother had them. My closest cousin, my first cousin, she has real pretty cat eyes, hazel.
Real.
My brother's eyes go from blue, green to hazel, right? So it's like, yeah, I used to always be like, well, why? I wore contacts though, you know. I was back in the era where we wore color contacts, y'all. I had every color.
I had heard when I was like 13, somebody said, well, if you eat a lot of carrots, it make your eyes get brown, right? So I was eating carrots every day after school.
They told you to make them brown.
I wanted me a set of them light brown eyes that people had. I wanted a pair of them. But God ain't give me. God gave me some nice brown ones, but He ain't give me the light, the hazily ones. You know, like I wanted those, but
somebody has them here though, right? Yeah, we just gotta settle for what we got, right?
Yeah.
All right, but anyway, yeah, something about your eyes here.
Well, this next energy out here, right? It's for a relationship. Okay, I'm gonna be just tell you what this is. So. This has to do with a relationship. A Two of Cups. The Sun is in reverse to the King of Pentacles, right? I feel this is a good relationship. But I feel like, feminine, I'm going to give you some advice, right? And I feel like this is coming from spirit, right? This is from the deep part of me. This can unlock something. Because I'm saying a relationship where it's a good relationship. Anytime you got a King of Pentacles in a relationship, that's a solid masculine, right? The footnote for the King of Pentacles is realistic, solid, good character, intelligent, steady, reliable, and providing. The King of Pentacles, he gonna stand in all seasons. So somebody you got a King of Pentacles could be an earth sign man. It's masculine. Now, the feminine in this energy, I feel this with the Sun in reverse, unhappiness, negativity that you could be consuming from your workplace. I'm gonna get into that. Because this is a skilled woman, right? So if you sit at home all day, that's probably not for you. This is a woman that is feeling unhappy, negative emotions, failure, loneliness in the relationship now. Loneliness, a need for reflection. So here we have in front of me A Two of Cups relationship that entails a King of Pentacles, a solid masculine, and a woman that may be going through some changes. It could be midlife energy right here, right? Sis, auntie even, right? Or mother, right? Whoever in this relationship, I want to give you a prescription to do something. And if you do this, I want you to inbox me and tell me how it worked. When you get home from work and your duties and you done all the things that you have to do, find somewhere where is nature at and there's some dirt, clean dirt. Go put on some dirty clothes, get yourself some water if it's not wet, make it wet and make some mud pies, right? Just make mud pies, right? Cultivate happiness at that level on a psychological, from a psychological aspect. If you cultivate that happiness, I think it will console this need for reflection. Go outside, like find some dirt, take it all the way back to mud pies. Cultivate happiness for yourself, right? Lose the independent stance, lose the responsibility that you hold every day, right? Lose the sense of loneliness. And when you play in the mud, think about your bloodline. Think about your ancestors. Think about God. Think about things that exist in your life that empower you, that you might not even, some days you might not even be aware. You might be so stuck in this sun. This sun in reverse is a rainy spot. It's a cloudy spot. So my prescription for you, feminine, again, sister, auntie, mother, who's in this relationship where you got a solid man, but you know you going through some changes, tap in on that level. Go out, put some dirty clothes on, make some mud pies. Make some good old mud pies, right? Even if you need to express yourself, think back to your childhood, I guarantee you, when you get up, you'll unlock something in you that you may be missing. Because a lot of the stuff that we deal with, y'all, the solution to it is within us. So I'm trying to get somebody an organic way to heal yourself and reconnect with your childhood, right? Go out there, dirty clothes, mud pies. If it ain't muddy, take a bucket of water and make some mud. Come back, inboxes. Tell us how it went for you. That energy is transferable, right? It's sometimes, y'all, the energy that we project out, we're not aware of it. Like, if I go to work and absorb a bunch of negative energy and I come home and I don't find a way to release it, I'm gonna begin to project negative energy out of me. And I feel like somebody that's the, you know, most of your negativity that I'm feeling, because I'm feeling somebody's energy, is coming from your work environment. Perhaps you go to work and you absorb a lot. Well, when you come home, you're dropping it off at home. Drop it off in the dirt and make some mud pies. Put him back in the deck twice. His ass going back in there again.
Clear and shield your energy. Amora. Okay, we got the 8 of Cups here for you. So there's something about going on a spiritual journey. Remember I said I know that a lot of you guys have already ascended, but it's like, dang, I'm ascended again. Yes, you are. Continuously. It's a continuous journey. And I don't know, there's something here that I feel like, you know, God is really trying to put something to an end here, and there could be someone resisting this. We got the Death card coming out in the reverse here. Okay, clear and shield your energy. So I feel like there could be something in the way on your spiritual journey. There's something that's just in the way. Now, I feel like there's something that you did get rid of willingly, but I feel like there's something still there, and this could be your own way of thinking. You know, this could literally be a piece of jewelry that someone won't let go from their previous relationship, and you wonder why you got negativity around you. Well, you got a dirty watch, because I hear watch. You got a dirty watch from dirty money, right? That you may need to get rid of. Something like that. Clear and shield your energy. And the Death card's here in the reverse. You know, there's someone walking away from fire here. There was something on fire and you totally walked away from it. There could have been someone and your home could have been on fire. You could have literally made it out of a burning home, or there's some kind of story, some kind of testimony someone has about fire here. Okay, I don't know if you're a fire shaman. Okay, you practice fire magic, whatever it is. You could be a fire sign, but there's something about you walking away from the fire, something that could really burn things up. Okay, I don't know if this is a person that causes rage in your members. I don't know if this is just your way of thinking, but you've walked away from a fire that leads you to the sun. If you look at this card, she's leaving behind fire, but walking to the sun here, okay? So, you know, it's like, you know, whenever you are wanting something, a lot of times you have to give something away. You know, like when you want to go buy a new outfit, you should always go in your closet and get rid of something. When you get a new pair of shoes, you should always go and get rid of another pair of shoes. Something about that here, okay? I don't know. There's someone, and it's something about these elements. I don't know. Something about water and fire. Water and fire don't mix. I don't know. So maybe there's someone and you just walked away because something doesn't mix, fire and water here. Okay, let's see. Yeah, we got the Ten of Wands here. Maybe something could have been making you feel like, you know, you were doing something on your own. Because what's the point of being in a relationship if you feel like you're carrying all of the weight by yourself? That is absurd. Okay? Right? I don't know. I feel like, you know, you could have been holding on to a lot of baggage at one point, and now you've cleared and shielded your energy by walking away from a situation. Okay? Leaving the fire right where it was. Maybe you've been a person that, you know, normally you try to put the fire out, but you finally learned that this ain't your fire to put out, because every time you try to put this fire out, your ass get burnt, right? Something like that. So there was something that you literally had to walk away from so that you would stop getting burnt. Okay? Maybe it didn't feel good. Maybe it did. I'm hearing it did. Yeah, Three of Swords. It was a painful situation. It was a painful truth, a painful revelation, but it was something that needed to be done here in order to get to the other side. This could have been someone's addiction.
You know, that Eight of Cups is definitely a cup of abandonment. Like,
okay.
Somebody, you left with the food on the stove.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I mean, like, in a figurative way. Like,
someone could have been raised by their dad. Your mom could have walked away when you were a young child. Okay. Kudos to your dad for stepping up and doing exactly what he was supposed to do. Okay. You know, maybe you could be trying to build a bond with your mom right now due to this, because I'm seeing someone, this is a real situation that happened here. You know, someone literally said they were going to a store or something like that and they never came back. You know, and maybe it was a very hurtful situation, because, you know, when you're a child and shit is happening in the home, you don't really comprehend. All you see is the end results of shit, right? So, you know, all you know is that somebody walked away from you. And now maybe as you have grown older, you could be trying to figure out, well, what the hell really happened here?
yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
As you're on your spiritual journey, you know, we're trying to put the pieces of our lives together, right? So I'm seeing someone doing that here. You're really trying to figure out, okay, you know, what happened here? We got freedom. This flew out. Okay.
Got the King of Wands to the Nine of Swords to the Star in reverse. So easily, we got a masculine out here that's worrying, and quite possibly has you worrying, right? I'm just going with what I'm saying, but this King of Wands in reverse is the kind of energy that will definitely have you worried. Like, you know, like the King of Wands is non-committal.
In the reverse?
In reverse, non-committal, untrustworthy. It could be an Aries. It doesn't have to be an Aries, but it is an Aries sign. The Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords to the Star in reverse, I feel like this person causes anxiety, anguish, hopelessness. Like, this is a person that probably, when you think about energy like this, it could take you to a bad space. Like, captivity, imprisonment, victimization. And I feel like if somebody is not safe, you would have to speak up. Like, if you're dealing with one of those masculines that make you feel unsafe and you feel like that's cool, it's not. It's not cool. It's not cool to live in captivity. It's not cool to feel threatened in a relationship. It's not, you know, it's like, because maybe you could be a woman that is in a situation with a King of Wands in reverse and you really don't want to get your folks involved in it. You know? You know, you got one of them masculine, I don't care, call your brother and them. Call whoever you want. I don't care, call whoever you feel like you need to call. And this kind of energy can make you feel like you're in prison. You can be feeling like you victimized, right?
That's a very dangerous situation.
Or it doesn't have to be, it could easily be, I'm getting this scenario too. It could be a person who is passive and aggressive, but they just unfaithful. So you got to worry about them bringing you something back every time they go out the door. That's captivity. That's spiritual imprisonment. Like, if you dealing with an energy that every time he leave, you got to go into the Nine of Swords, meaning, because somebody, like, you literally call this person and they literally don't answer the phone all night. And then in the morning, you know, by now by the time morning come, I guess the anger done wore off. It has become anxiety and anguish by now. Because now you worried about, is he hurt? And then here comes a call and it's like, all of this. The Star in reverse. Right? I don't like this, right? I don't like it because first of all, I've never been a person that done people like that, period. If I'm in a relationship with anybody, I'm coming home, period. Like, so, because the Nine of Swords is an up all night card. Up all night, look. So it could be the thought, I don't know. I'm going to get out this energy in a second, though. But I'm going to tell you like this. Abundance and liberation are finally on the way. So to somebody who feel like you in prison in a certain type of way, I'm just here to advise you that, you know, abundance is available for you. But it's definitely going to be a need for you to stand up now. Because if you lay down, you're going to get what come to people when they lay down now. You got to stand up. It ain't ability. Sometimes it ain't about fighting. It's about just standing up. I'm not going for this no more.
No? Otherwise, you become a city with no walls, no boundaries, right? Let's see.
Yeah.
We got the wheel coming out. I like this. I don't know if your name is Tia, Art, A-A-R-A-R-T, Arthur, Ori, Tay, Rat,
I heard Jamila.
Tar, Bear. We got the number 10 showing up for you. The wheel is here. There's something about taking a chance and rolling the dice here. Okay? I don't know. You could be taking a chance on yourself. You could be rolling the dice of life. Okay? You know, when the wheel comes out, that's like a change of events. That's like, you know, when things go from bad to good, you know, things go from worry to faith, you know, something like that. Things could be really balancing out for you. Look at her. She's able to balance herself on one leg. Okay? Right? You could be learning how to balance things out. You could be really learning how to stand on business. Because there's someone, I feel like at one time, you were very weak. You know, I was telling my husband this morning, we were watching this unfortunate story this morning unfold. And it was two irresponsible adults that pretty much went into a relationship thinking they were going to use each other, and they both got used in the end. That's how it works, right? When you go into something with ill intentions, right, you get bad results come, right? And I feel like these two people, they went into a relationship both looking to gain something from each other, right? And they did. They gained something that they couldn't get rid of, right? So I don't know. I feel like, you know, whoever you are, with the Ten of Wands coming out in the reverse here, and the 10-10 could be very significant. Total completion, divine alignment. Okay? The Ten of Wands in the reverse, there's something there's some shit you used to worry about. You ain't got to worry about it no more. Okay? I don't know. There's something about someone being stable here. We got the King of Pentacles. Okay?
Man, Pauline is in my mind. Pauline.
Okay? I don't know. I feel like, you know, this is a very good energy. I feel like, you know, there's someone, and, you know, the victim role, we love playing victim. And I feel like because you are no longer playing victim, you're just doing what you're supposed to do. You have let go of shit that does not belong in your energy. How many times have we taken on the problems, the burdens of others, and it didn't belong to us, and God did not tell us to do it, and then we wonder why we're in certain situations, you know? You pulled yourself out of that, you know? Because I'm feeling someone like you used to come up short all the time. It wasn't that you didn't have money, because I'm talking to someone, I feel like I'm talking to someone, you don't even have children, and it's like you kept coming up short because you keep doing for other people. It's like, what? You know what I'm saying? But when it's time for someone to help you, nobody was doing anything, and you took yourself out of those kind of situations. We got the Magician here. You had to learn who the hell you were. You make things happen here. What is that?
An acorn.
Tiny.
That's a baby acorn.
Okay. You know? That could be a side. Someone needs to learn that, you know, we got to start small, even like the acorn, right? The tiny acorn comes from a mighty oak tree, right? Something like that. We got the Emperor here, Aries, King of Pentacles, Capricorn. I feel like there's a strong sense of a masculine energy out here, masculinity. I don't know if there's a female, if you're running around here in your masculine energy, I would say chill, sis. Like, you know, chill. It's okay. I know it's hard when you don't have nobody fixing things around your house. I know, you know, different situations call for us to be in our masculine energy, but I feel like, I don't know, whoever you are, I feel like Spirit is saying, chill, sis. It's okay. Like, you know, everything's going to be a work out for you. Now, I don't know if someone was dealing with like some kind of warlock, because I see there could be an Aries that was a warlock. Okay. Very arrogant kind of energy. Comes in very attractive, very charming. This person could love the color red or something like that. I don't know, but I feel like whatever it is, I feel like that, you know, the magic that a person was doing on you before, that it doesn't work anymore. You know, the same tricks don't work on you anymore because you had to learn.
I'm hearing a song right now. I think it's from the Caribbean. It's from my childhood. It's called Oversized Mumpy. Oversized Mumpy. Oversized Mumpy, baby. Right? I don't know where that. I'm hearing that
That's
though,
one of
right?
the Barleys.
You know me, fat girl. She well sexy. The girl ought about to take 20 off me. Like it's a So it's kind of like the song is about a woman that is powerful enough to defend the masculine. and the masculine is referring to her as a mumpy, right? A woman. He said in a song, she beat up a big boy and draped him up badly, right? Like she was a tough sister, the mumpy, right? So Courtney, Benjamin, Priscilla, Telly, Nala, Ramon, and Larry, right? All them names popped in my mind, so I figured I would write them down. Now, my last pull is the same shit out here again. So I don't know what's going on, but it's feeling like, you know, my masculine, my men, my brethren need to get it together. And these reads I'm getting this morning, because now we got the king of coins in reverse, to the 4 swords in reverse, to the 9 of wands. Again, somebody's up at night. This king of coins in reverse, this is a person, they used to say the king of coins, no, that was the pentacles that wore the loafers. The king of coins right in reverse is a hustler. This is a person that'll use anybody to get some money out of it. It don't matter. When it come down to money, the king of coins in reverse is not a thing, but a chicken wing for him to use you to get money. That's what he gonna do. The king of coins in reverse is a death dealer, a person that deals death, right? King of coins in reverse to the 4 swords in reverse. Again, this is a masculine, I feel, robbing a feminine of rest. Or this could be a masculine need to go down and get some rest himself. The king of coins in reverse, it could easily be a man on a lighter note, right? Because God said, get out of that. All right, the king of coins in reverse to the 4 swords in reverse. It could honestly be a man that's working too hard and not getting any sleep as well. But I'm kind of really feeling in my intuition that we got maybe a knucklehead out here doing something, and it's causing discord and unrest, right? It's causing unrest, home unrest, maybe even society unrest, right? Societal unrest, which means that this could be a person causing problems in the world, right? I don't know. And then we got the 9 of wands in reverse, so that's a wounded warrior. So either this person is taking a toll on somebody, or this is a person that's doing it to themselves by overworking, not getting no rest, not getting no sleep. And I feel like that now. If I be on a lighter note, this could definitely be a masculine that you work hard, you chasing the bag, but your 4 swords is in reverse. So that means at some point, things gonna begin to shut down on you. Because 4 swords is divine rest. That's that rest that you get, you know, when you wake up out the 4 swords, you rejuvenated, you ready to go, you ready to move. That divine 4 swords give me rest, right? Yeah, 9 of wands, so try to get some rest in this energy. Whoever you may be, somebody, everybody involved in this, please try to get some rest. If you've been kept up all night,
everybody knows your name.
Get some rest.
I don't know where that just came from. Friends could be significant.
You wanna go
So
where everybody knows your name.
I just be having random downloads come in, y'all. It's crazy.
Don't give people, I don't know where this coming from, but if you're a feminine and you go and you work hard for your money, you work hard for your money. I work hard for the money. I work hard for the money, so you guys to treat me right. Right? So look, if you in that energy where you work hard for the money, don't give it away. Don't loan it to the king of coins in reverse, because that's gonna be the guy that be like, look, I got a plan, I could bust a move real quick.
And you gonna be like,
let me hold that money.
And you gonna be like, I'm so sick of being lonely. Every night while my man goes out with his homies.
Tax, don't do it to yourself.
Don't do it.
Like, tax time is coming, so
it's getting cold out here.
Listen.
You know, people looking for shelter and different things. Like, let's be honest.
Don't invest in, what I'm saying is, don't invest in a nigga illegal ideas, basically. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because if a man like come up with an idea that he want to hit the streets and go get some money, All right, that's his idea. You gotta tell him, all right, well, you gotta make a way to fund your idea. You gotta ask a nigga let you hold something or something, right? But you can't you can't afford to do that, can you? I mean, you can't fund a person illegal idea because there's no insurance when it go wrong.
Come on.
It's nothing to get you back. The money, you know, the money, I work hard for the money. You know, all the money you work hard for. Well, if you got a king of coins in reverse, that's a person that's gonna probably have a plan that won't work. So don't give your money to it. I mean, unless you like, you know, I don't know, some people, they like that lifestyle.
I ain't
like,
tricking, you know, some people like tricking.
They like that life. Some people like it.
I used to like me a good trick, you know.
I see somebody giving somebody some money to go out here and buy something, and then y'all end up smoking it all up together, right? Don't do that. Like,
Be good, y'all. We got Justice here, okay? We got the Justice card showing up for you. I don't know. You know, justice is when things are fair, just, and balanced. You know?
all right, about
Don't
time.
laugh at me. I'm crazy, y'all.
About
Okay?
time, man.
Like, we got Justice to the star. So I can't show you the star, but I can show you like this. You know she naked. Naked, but she not afraid, okay? Something about being naked and not afraid. You could be like really embracing your body, your curves, your fluff, your skinny, whatever it is. You could just be embracing whoever you are. It's like, whatever, this is what God gave me. Oh, well, right? You know? If you love you, then, you know, people will love you too. Something like that. And whoever doesn't, well, they're not for you. You could be learning this. But justice is here. I don't know if someone's going to court, okay? Someone could be beating a legal case. A star could be, well, we know, yeah, a star could be beating a legal case here. There could be some kind of legal court case coming up that something could be dismissed here. It's just, it's fair, okay? However it looks, it's just and fair. We may not understand because this could be a public case, okay? Because we got the star card here to justice. This could be something going on in the public. Someone could be trying to stop someone from a new beginning here by some kind of court situation. But divine justice is here. Things will be fair and just, okay? You could be a Libra that I'm talking to. This could be a Libra going in this situation. Okay, something like that. Something is fair. I mean, it may not look fair, but it is. It is what it is. I mean, you know, favor is not fair, and you know, we had to learn that. Okay, something like that. Yeah, spiritual law of attraction. Okay, you get out what you put in. Okay, that's only right. Okay, something like that. So I don't know, you're receiving whatever it is that you put out. That's what you get back, literally. So if you've been putting out goodness, expect it back. If you've been putting out chaos and corruption, well, expect that, right? Something like that. You are seeing the situation accurately, Horus, okay? No matter what it looks like, you know what's going on behind the scenes. Because I'm feeling like, you know, in 2025, shit does not look like what's really going on. Like, you have to stop using these two eyes on your face to judge everything, because these two eyes will have you fooled. You know, there's so many things going on in the background that we are unaware of. So don't let what your two eyes here can see fool you. You know, even Proverbs tells us the unknown is the safest place, right? Something like that. You know, when we want to know everything, the next move, you drive yourself crazy trying to figure out what's going on, trying to get the next read and to see what's happening tomorrow to this person, that person, right? Someone needs to slow down. It's okay.
Slow down.
Slow down. I just want to get to know you, but don't turn around, because that pretty young thing looks good to me.
I heard a whole different slow down. I heard Brand Nubian slow down.
That was Bobby Valentino.
Hey, baby, your lips is getting big. Now you getting thin, you don't care about your weight. The Hoolie got a pair of them sneakers. Only way he got them because he hit him behind the speaker.
I don't know that one.
Slow down. You don't remember that song?
I know Bobby Valentino.
They crack, man. They run up to your door. I don't smoke, so what you knocking for? Slow down.
I just know. I just want to get to know you,
Valentino.
but don't turn around.
Smooth. Listen, Finally, we got an upright masculine out here. We got a King of Wands upright, but only thing, he homeless, right? King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles. Now, it's not necessarily meaning this is a man without a home. This could be a man, a masculine, that uprooted from what he would consider home. Like, this could be a man that moved away from what was home to him. The Five of Pentacles is also a card of isolation. So this could easily be a man that, it says he's a leader. Use the dynamic energy of a leader. So sometimes the King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles is a masculine that needs time alone, right? So if you're in a relationship with a man like this, it's not always that he wants something different. It's not always that you can't figure out where he at, so he must be up to something. The King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles is sometimes a leader who leads, a man who leads that needs time to process. So he could seem aloof in his character sometimes. Meaning he could be away, right there before you, but away from you. You know, because sometimes, you know, a lot of feminines that have men like this, it's like they be in the energy of wanting to know more. Like, I wish I knew where he go when he go in his mind like that. But you ever thought maybe it's not meant for you to know? Maybe that's the time when you should back out of there. I'm gonna tell you, if you got a King of Wands that be in the Five of Pentacles and you got trust issues, that might not be the guy for you. Because the King of Wands and the Five of Pentacles, that's not an energy that's going to explain to you every time. You know, every time that he's absent in his mind, an energy like this is not going to feel a need to explain to you why he's absent. So as a mature feminine, you got to begin to know, first of all, like I said, if you don't have that security and you know, that might not be the person for you. Some people have trust issues. It's understandable. Like, some people can't take it when people go in their mind. People want to figure out and know what's going on at all times. Like, but I'm telling you, this guy right here says visionary, successful, swift expansion, strength, power, will, courage, and leadership. Strength, power, and will. Where do you think that's forged at? Where's that reinforced at? That's reinforced in solitude. I can tell you, when we hone in strength, power, and our will, it's not a time where you want to approach a man and expect them to be understandable to you, or you want to get in and you want to. No, you gotta leave that kind of energy alone, because that's what a leader needs, right? And for my masculine, in the King of Wands to the Five of Pentacles, because it's a Knight of Cups at the end of it. Manipulative, unreliable, fickle, idle, sensual, and untruthful, right? So, just because you're in a role of leadership, it doesn't give you permission to manipulate your way through things. Like, a real leader is going to lead with honesty, not manipulation. Like, for instance, you get, as a masculine, you know you're in a relationship and you get your woman to a place where they understand that you need time alone. Y'all get to that understanding. Well, you can't take that and breed distrust by using it to be manipulative. Because some things you lose, you will never get back. So if you're a masculine, like I said, and you know you need that time alone, your woman understand it, cool. Only thing gonna change that dynamic is if you go in the Knight of Cups in reverse, whereas though you start being manipulative or fickle, you know, or having stuff go on when you having things going on and she's starting to ask questions like, well, what's going on with you? Like, what? Because women, they sense it there's an undercurrent. You know, intuition is something that when women love something, their intuition be attached to it. So it's like, that's why it's best for my masculine, right? I ain't gonna go into all that, right? But I'm gonna say this, for my masculine, my visionary, that time that you have alone in your mind and to yourself, Just cherish it. It's not a time to conjure up shit to do. Don't use it for that. If you a man and you got an office space in your house, don't use it. Don't make it don't okay. All right. If you a man and you have an office space in your home, right? And that's like your secret getaway, you got a room, you got a right. Try to preserve the energy of that. Because you don't want to start doing negative, low vibrational, you know. You don't want to start doing that because it's gonna linger there. The next thing you know, that place that that place that was your inspiration is gonna be the place that become your prison. You're gonna end up going in the room, it's gonna be full of negative thoughts, negative energy. Why? Because you're being sneaky in there. So, it's for a masculine. The only upright masculine that came, all the kings came out in reverse. All the kings fell out. They all was in reverse, except the King of Wands. Actually, the first King of Wands was in reverse. I remember that. This one is upright. So either or, this is an upright masculine, right? I'm gonna leave you with this and then I'm gonna get out. Life is hard right now. Look around, help is at hand.
I got the Nine of Cups over here to the Judgment to Oshun, drink more water. Somebody's minding their goddamn business, okay? You could be over there just getting fine as wine, minding your business, drinking your water, you know, really evaluating your own life. You know, I'm seeing someone and maybe, you know, you used to engage in gossip, you know, not really trying to hurt people, but just, you know how we all got caught in that situation where somebody brings something to you and you might just add your little 2 cents or you might just agree. I feel like whoever you are, not anymore. No, nobody. Why? Because you learn how it feels when people do it to you, right? And so I feel like, you know, you have matured from this. You know, maybe you got judged in a situation where, you know, you did this. Because I mean, come on, let's be honest. We're human. Who hasn't engaged in some kind of negativity at some point, right? But whoever you are now with the Judgment card here, you don't entertain those kind of things because you already know, you know, the law of attraction. You know, if you put out that kind of energy, that's what you get back, right? You know that if you represent healing, health, abundance, then that kind of energy is not, you know, it doesn't align with your purpose. We got the Nine of Cups here, so it tells me because you're minding your damn business, staying in your lane and doing your own thing, it brings in wish fulfillment, right? Imagine, you know, being so interested in your own life because, you know, a lot of us, society teaches us to look at other people's lives and to, you know, set a standard for our own. But I feel like, you know, your standard is not anybody else's. You're not looking to society for anything, you know. You could be looking to God for answers. You know, you could be looking to God for these wishes to come true, and I feel like it's here. You know, look how free this person is. Look at this card. This is total freedom here. Okay? This is like my genie in a bottle card. This is like when all your dreams come true. You know why? Wish fulfillment. Total wish fulfillment. Why? The only way you can get wish fulfillment is to live a certain way, you know, because, you know, the soul knows what you want. And honestly, our souls are born, you know, the soul, your soul really wants to do good. There's some people that fight against it, right? But your soul knows, you know, it comes from divinity. So if your soul comes from divinity, your soul deep down inside, it knows what it wants. It fights, we fight against it, right?
Some souls.
Right? Well, either way it goes. Some souls know they want darkness, right? Okay? It's like, you know, we have an assignment at the beginning. We know it's either darkness or light, right? We came here with a purpose on an assignment, and that's what it is, right? It's either dark or light. And I feel like whoever you are, you chose a side, you stuck there, and it brings in wish fulfillment, right? Because I feel like there was someone, maybe you could have been even running with people that were kind of dangerous. You could have been running with some real people that, you know, make real things happen, and you could have came to the realization like, this is not me, you know. But sometimes you know, you ever wanted to be a part of something so bad, you can lie and say you haven't. All right, I'm gonna tell you I have. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. You ever wanted to be a part of something so bad that maybe you got into something that wasn't even you, right? You find yourself in a situation with a group of people and you're like, shit, I done put myself in this situation, but I don't even belong here. That's why they didn't want me here. That's why I wasn't fitting in, because I never belonged there anyway. And now I'm in a situation with a bunch of people and I don't fit in this group, Lord.
Yeah.
Well, see, God, you know, God preserved you and he allowed you, so because a lot of you guys escape things, you know? You literally escaped things that were meant to trap you because you went against the will of God and you followed your own will. But because God is so gracious, he gives us so much mercy, right? It's something about you being able to change your whole life around, you know? Something like that. You know, there could have been someone in the energy. You could have been on very hard drugs at one point, and I'm talking about your testimony is something different, baby. Okay, something like that. You could be a person that doesn't even, you know, when people look at you, they would not even believe that you've done some of the things you've done. And you know, your testimony is very important for another young person out here. Okay, another older person out here that's relapsing, right? Whatever it is, because you know we all need each other, right? Indivisible. That's what we're learning here. Someone's learning that too. You know, you could be needing to drink more water, right? Hydrate yourself, you know? A lot of times we get so worried about other people, we forget to even drink our own damn water, right? You know, like that kind of energy, that's how consuming, you know, other people's energy can be. You can forget to do for self. And I feel like, you know, there's someone, things have changed here, okay? You could be a real goddess here, you know, showing up very strong, okay? Showing up very polished, okay? You know, there's someone here and your spirituality is not a joke. It's not for shits and giggles. It's not for the looks. It's not for the sage. It's not for the crystals. It's not for the bindu on your head. It's not for any of that. You know, it's for a real higher calling, you know? Someone's here and they really want to do the work of God. Someone's here and they really want to just be their highest self. Someone's here and, you know, they just really want to help people. It's not for glitz and glams. They could care less about this. And that's why when people look at them, it appears that you have more than you have, you know? It appears that you have an abundance of things, but people don't understand that, you know, the glow that's upon you has nothing to do with material, has nothing to do with money, has nothing to do with the things that you have, but what's inside of you. Judgment is here.
There's a lot of freedom, like she said. Over here in my read, I see a very, I'm gonna say exuberant kind of energy, and it's very youthful. You got Page of Pentacles to the World to Seven of Cups, right? Now, there's a little bit of psychedelic in this reading right here. A little bit of, you know, somebody you could like to walk on the wild side,
Take
right?
some trips.
Somebody take trips, little shrooms or something, you know. But Page of Pentacles to the World, to the Seven of Cups, honestly, to exploration, right? Now, this is you in the mode, and I feel it is like you probably are lit up to the possibilities that lie before you because you see the world different. It's like a newness. The Page of Pentacles is a childlike energy. So I feel like you could be a Capricorn, Taurus, or a Virgo. Don't have to be, but you in this earth sign, youthful energy, ideas, opportunity, eagerness, and this is why your Seven of Cups is saying, step back from everything and gain perspective. Like she was saying, you don't want to become a part of nobody's group because they make that shit look exciting. But always remember, groups, behind the physical part, the laughs, the giggles, all of that, is spiritual agreements being made. So if you become a part of any group, know who's at the head of it, know who they bow before. Because the person at the head, right, that's what's wrong with a lot of brothers from certain communities that I know. They involved with organizations and groups and facets where the head person is underneath a spiritual authority that corrupt the whole demonstration.
Come on now.
So that's where any group, right? Any group can be a coven. A coven isn't necessarily
It's a group
of witches, a group of people that have made a spiritual agreement and you in with them. Right? Spirit says step back from the shit, right? Look, it says right here, step back and gain perspective. Seven of Cups is too many ideas that's available to one. People coming with this suggestion. Thank you, Spirit. Because what they doing, y'all, right? Now I'm talking about covens now. I'm warning my people now. What they do, they look at the world as cattle. So they'll send people out.
Yep.
Once they notice that you a divine being and they tap into they tap into your star, they tap into your star and they can see what's coming. They can do readings on you and see right butterfly for confirmation. They can tap in, and once they do, oftentimes they'll send somebody at you, right? They coming towards you. They want to bait you in. They want to get you to join up. When you join up, right, and you become initiated, you render yourself powerless.
You know, and thinking about it, when you join groups, now don't get me wrong, because we are not here to put anybody in fear, and I think groups are great, you know, when they're used properly. But think about, you know, when you have the wrong group of people together, it's easier to manipulate, it's easier to spiritually attack, it's easier to corner someone, you know. So that's why people do this, because people know. Think about it. If prayer, you know, if the power of prayer, when you gotta have 2 or more people gather, it gives more of a power. What do you think happens when you have evil gathered together?
That's right. That's right. I feel like this 7 of Cups, illusions, choices, fantasy, loss of control, escapism, and promises unfulfilled. It's a warlock.
I seen him earlier. Remember I said a warlock?
It's a warlock.
I said that.
Listen. I feel him. Listen. The warlocks, right? Yo, they will show you a life that they will give you a glimpse of a life that you can't even imagine. You know? And in my culture, they come with the nice cars, the good leather interior inside, the nice clothes, Dior, Balmain jeans, right? Nice jewelry, ice to make it look good, right? And guess what? None of it really belongs to them.
Nice little Cartiers.
Do you realize that warlocks are being provided energies by other people to manifest a certain look before you? And when they do that, they get you feminine or masculine, because they preying on men and women.
Yeah.
After they able to throw the illusion over and you bite, you chase that illusion. That's the magic of it.
You know, it's kind of, that's
You
so
chase
real.
it to your own destruction. This is the energy of the warlock that I'm speaking of. The warlock will wave, the warlock gains energy every time you lose energy. Right? Like a warlock for my feminines. They come in, right? And they leave you like this. You know why? Because they go from the man of your dreams to the demon of your nightmares. And they do it right in the room with you. You understand me? Like, a warlock will do something like make you believe that the world needs a woman like you so bad, right? You just got this power on you. So now your ego is inflated, which is the perfect operational energy for the warlock. Because once your ego is inflated, the warlock can make its maneuver on you, right? Why? Because now, and then even to let you, make you feel like your opinion matters in his life.
But you know what's so
Because
funny?
see, the warlock will come and say, I ain't been feeling well. What you think I need, right? What can you help me? And then it's a false sense of illusion. Because after you get hooked into the energy of the warlock, and he gets you to a place, he gonna do something very evil to break inside of your heart chakra. He need your root bound, your heart open, and your solar bound.
You know
because
what I
if these
noticed?
chakras, right? And I'm gonna let you get in. These chakras, when they are bound, right, you are powerless. So what he'll do is something real drastic to make you be like, I know that person ain't just do that. Yep, he did it. Why? because the warlocks are on the loose. So when you're looking at your options out here, always keep that in the front of your mind, divine feminine, because you see, the witches, they make themselves easy for us to spot. But the warlocks, they not real easy to spot.
I feel like, I don't know, babe. I feel like, honestly, God just gave me something. That's
Look at
why
that. Look at
it
that.
almost
Look at
wanted to, like, it almost like wanted to burst out of me, you
That
know?
was a giant
It was-
beetle.
It was like I couldn't even control myself to hold back what God was giving me. Because God says that, honestly, you do notice the witch and the warlock from the beginning. What happens is we want to look past things, because sometimes, let's be honest, like, you can lie about it if you want to, but I know sometimes I have been desperate. Like, you know, if I really think about some of the decisions I made, I'm like, girl, you were desperate as hell. You had to be desperate to have made some of these situations, you know, to have gone through some of these things, right? And I was thinking about it. The witch and the warlock, they do reveal themselves in the beginning. I'm going to tell you how a witch and a warlock can work, right? So you could be a person that's very lovable, right? And you just really do accept people how they come. Well, the witch and the warlock, they prey on you. What they do is they come to you with truth, right? But what happens is, because you are such an accepting person, you don't really understand what's happening. This is how to get you with the okie doke. So a witch or a warlock might come in and they might hit you with some shit like, you know, you could be like, oh, I want to be with you. And the witch or a warlock could be like, you know what? I really want to be with you too, but I need to let you know that, you know, I like both sex, right? I'm bisexual, right? So they come in and they tell you that they're bisexual, right? So because they have told you the truth that they're bisexual, right? So now you guys become in a relationship and they start doing things in the relationship, and it's like, oh, well, I told you I was bisexual. That doesn't mean that you made a commitment to allow someone to do something in the relationship just because they told you their sexuality.
But you did, though.
Right? But you did,
But
right?
you did,
Because
though.
why? You made the agreement from the beginning. When you decided that you wanted to deal with that person, and you were probably, you know, sometimes we get like, oh, they just honest. I love their honesty, da 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 da. But you don't know what they're trying to get you to do in the beginning is to agree to shit. So when they do it, it's like, oh, you were okay with this. Remember, you agreed to this in the beginning.
It's called the spiritual loophole.
So we have to be careful with the things that we agree with in the beginning. That's why those red flags in the beginning are so important that we look over. And a lot of times it's like, you know, first time, shame on you. Second time, it's shame on me, because, you know, it is true. I need to pay attention to what I'm letting come into my space and in my energy. And we need to stop being so desperate for love, attention, time, all of us, right? That we let things into our lives that shouldn't be there.
Imagine this, y'all. I want to give y'all an occultic scene,
I
right?
need some water.
Spirit is saying give you an occultic scene so that we can begin to view the world from a realistic standpoint. Now, I know a lot of the covens don't want me to say this, so I'm going to say it anyway, because I don't stand with people that go in the dark and whisper rituals and shit that break other people, and I'm just as powerful as they are. So I'm going to say this. Imagine a warlock, right, bringing you a nice gift, a very shiny gift, maybe a watch, maybe a necklace, maybe something, you know, and he brings it to you. Do you know that when you accept it, that's an agreement, right? Now,
That small gesture.
I wanna show you what it looks like before the watch gets to you.
Come on now.
So, this particular object is with the warlock in a spiritual setting where they're speaking curses over the watch. They're forming spirits around the gift that's to be given. They're putting evil on the gift. They're speaking evil into the gift. They're inviting evil to resonate with the gift, right? And then the gift is wrapped up real nice and given to you. You receive the gift. And now the warlock has achieved a level in your life.
Yep.
It's not to kill you.
To gain leverage.
The objective of the enemy is to make you lose your faith and then take your life away from you. So as long as you hold faith, you are an energetic source to the warlock. That's why the warlock don't want to kill people. they want to keep feeding off of them until there's nothing left.
Yep. You know, that's
And
funny
then
that
go
you said
to
that.
the next people.
It's funny that you said that, because if you ever watch like any of the old witch movies, you'll notice like whenever a witch was harvesting off of someone's energy, especially like children's and stuff, you'll notice like when they could no longer get the whatever they were feeding off of, they would like shrivel up, they would like disappear, like, you know, that kind of energy, right?
Yeah, it's very crazy. Who said that? All this stuff is so crazy. All I know is I'm powerful as, and that's a good way to think, but be aware of it.
Hey,
right?
Jazzy.
Because I used to have that attitude like, yo, I'm powerful, but then I started running up into shit that
Okay, that
humbled
was
me.
more
It
powerful
was
than
humbling
me.
me like, damn, there's
Yeah.
always something stronger than me out here.
You
though,
know,
right?
and I love having that attitude because, you know I'm a very powerful person as well, but I do know that there's shit out here that, you know, is way more powerful and is spiritual, you know? I'm not talking about a human. I'm not talking about another person. I'm talking about it's things that you run up against and it's spiritual. And guess what? We fight against principalities and wickedness, right? You cannot fight spirit with the flesh. It doesn't work.
You heard me, Jackie. No more reincarnation. She said she done. I feel you. Like I feel like I got to be on my last one.
What's up,
I
Rachel?
feel like I'm 30,000 years old sometimes.
She said she done reincarnating, so that means you must have all these lessons down pat, boo, right? Because you know if you don't get the lesson, you already know what happens. We get recycled.
Yeah. You might come back over here, baby, in Somalia next time.
Boo said that's her last time. She
Last
done
time.
with it.
Yeah, man. Probably want to keep having to come back here, right?
That was cute.
All you gotta do is be walking in your truth, right?
Boo said I'm done.
Everything gonna meet you at the right time. It's all gonna make sense. Yeah, y'all. And I don't know why Spirit say even, because normally I just move through. But Spirit saying before you dip out of there, say a little bit more so they can get the picture, right? Y'all, we so worried about the wicked witches of the west and the east. Yo, the ones is the warlocks out here. It's these masculines, right? It's these masculines that go and have these sexual orgies with one another to produce a certain power dynamic. And a lot of them is married to women.
I think you
So
also
it's
have
not
women
about-
that are down with it
It's
too.
not, but see, I want you to take your mind off of the sexuality of it. Because some of these men are not homosexuals. They do this act to produce a power dynamic. So you might, because a lot of women be like, I normally could pick up on a gay man. This man, you ain't gonna pick up on him being gay all the time. Because the warlock is not necessarily a gay man. But these warlocks that's a part of these covens, they participate in homosexuality as a powerful exchange bonding on an energetic level. They becoming one. So they not necessarily gonna move around in the world and project the energy of femininity. Some of them do, but that's not why they do the act, for enjoyment or pleasure, and some of them do. But the act is done because this
Ritualistic.
is ritualistic, and these type of dark acts, they conjure up darker energies. These type of acts, they bring up energies that can't come to this realm lesson that's taking place. You understand me?
Sorcery.
These energies are banned from this realm. So in order for them to come here, they gotta be summoned, conjured, which means they here illegally. So when you're dealing with a warlock and these kind of people, you're dealing with people that summons illegal energies that's not even supposed to be on this realm.
And guess what? When you call that spirit, it don't want to go. You
And
call
that's why
the
they
spirit,
they
you
sneak
wake
up.
the spirit up, and then they be like, they be conjuring up spirits, and then they like, oh, I want the spirit to go back.
That
Boo.
has to be driven away
No,
by a
that
greater
spirit
authority.
you don't call that spirit up here now, boo.
The only thing that can move a spirit is a greater authority. That's why, like, they say a house divided can't stand. It can't, but don't let that be a trick, right? Because one devil can move a lesser devil around.
Come on.
So don't be fooled when they be like a house divided. That's true, and it's the word, but there's a duality to that because you could see a person come and heal another person by power of the demonic. It's according to what type of spirit they in line with. Some evil authorities have the power to heal. But it costs, they might heal you today, but then
Evil can
you
do
get sick down the line. You know what I'm saying? Like evil
can do this.
certain
Can do certain things
certain
to
things.
appear as a blessing, to
Yeah.
appear
Look at
as
that.
abundance.
Wow.
Yeah,
Big hawk.
yeah. You know, it's a trick though. It comes with a great cost.
In the book of what was the book we was reading, babe? Was it Tobit?
Tobit.
In the book of Tobit, guess what the devil did? He came to Adam and Eve.
Oh no, that was the book of Adam and Eve.
I mean the book of Adam and Eve.
Yep.
That's what it was.
Yep.
In the book of Adam and Eve, the apocryph literature, the apocrypha, the devil took on the form of a light being. He came to Adam and Eve
In the cave. Yeah.
looking like the sun. And he was kept it up for a while.
After they got kicked out of the garden, they had to go. They went to a cave.
They went to a cave.
And they were scared of darkness because they had never seen darkness before in the garden, right? So the devil came.
Disguised
and
as what
God-
they knew
yeah,
already.
disguised as what they knew, but God had already told them, look, all you have to do is endure for the night, right? So when the devil showed up as light, Adam, you know, he had to realize that God said all we had to do is endure to the morning, right? So why is the light here? You know, we have to pay attention to these kind of tricks.
That's right. It was like it was supposed to be dark, but it's light. It's false light. And then I believe they endured through the night, and the real nature of the
Yeah.
devil
He
showed up.
Yeah, like his real
who he really
nastiness,
was, it showed
his
up.
evilness, you know. You know, when you don't do what the devil wants you to do, you ever notice how the devil is real nice to you, even when it's, you know, even when he's using people, that person will be real nice to you until you
Long
tell
as you
them
don't-
no,
yeah.
until you don't want to do something. Then they start flipping out. They show you who they really are. You be like, oh god damn, this was a real animal in here the whole time.
The demon comes straight
right? The
out of
demon
him.
comes straight out of them. It's like they rip out. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, we talking about they are Masons, Freemasonry, right? They do a lot of conjuring, right? The Freemasons,
What they say?
some of them are not as deep as certain levels of the occult, but yep, Freemasons, they are very much tied into occultic rhythm.
Not all of them, of course. You got, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, any order of Freemasonry, it has occultic rhythms in it. Like,
mean,
you know the Masonic
sororities do too,
lodges,
though.
sororities too.
Sororities.
Yeah.
I mean,
These things got the Baphomet at the head of them.
yeah, a lot of them have the Baphomet.
That's an entity.
A lot of
you
them
know what I'm
change
saying?
Bible scriptures to suit their sororities. I mean, you gotta look this stuff up.
And we're not judging anybody. We calling a spade
A spade.
a spade. Well, like that's what time it is. Like them little community centers where the Masons be at, where the old men be at. Yeah, they deal with spirits. They deal with spirits. Sometimes they go around, get little girls out the town at night, go in there, do little sex rituals on them. Yeah.
And everybody in the community protects them because that's, you know.
Yeah, they do that.
You know.
Yes, it happens. It's real.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's spiritual. People overlook it. Like, you know, people want to be the grand dean or the grand wizard, or all of that stuff. You're aligning yourself with a spiritual energy. You are making yourself in agreement with whatever is at the top of it, y'all. It breaks down to many levels, right? Whatever's at the top of it, that's what you a part of. I don't care about you being in church. If you was a part of that sorority when you went to college, and you ain't dissolved them ties to that entity, then you are just a person in church under a spiritual agreement already. Listen, you went to God and you got rid of that, because there's a lot of community leaders and a lot of spiritual leaders that come out of these sorority type of bills and sorority type of fun. And you don't know, they already established a spiritual agreement before they became a minister or a leader. They was already a member of a sorority, which means they already have
Took
a
an
spiritual agreement. They have made an oath in the spirit. It has to be rescinded. It has to be absolved. If it's not, you can't just go, you heard me. You can't go in the spirit and make pacts and agreements and they disappear just because, today I wear a robe and I wear, no. you are a man or a woman that has made a spiritual agreement with an entity.
People need to know how important spiritual oaths and agreements are. Why do you think when we go to court, you got your hand up, you swearing on
They
the
know.
like the
As
court,
above,
the
so
court
below.
knows as above, so below. It's spiritual, you know? That's why you have, you know, even a judge is supposed to hold a certain amount of integrity because they know spiritual law. That's why you'll have some judges and you can look at a judge, right? Certain judges. I remember this one judge, right? It wasn't necessarily that he liked my kind, but he was fair. He was just, right? I could say that he probably did not like my kind at all, but he was a fair man, right? And, you know, justice, judgment. I don't know.
Yeah, normally good judges, they look to try to be men of justice. The reason why is because judges know what I'm telling
Spiritual
you. They
law.
know that they occupy a spiritual place.
Right.
You don't see a lot of judges playing, and the ones that do, they suffer great misfortune.
Exactly.
And the to really stamp this so you can really understand that what we're saying is true, go out here and commit a capital crime, like unaliving somebody. You know what they give you? They give you life. And if you do it real bad, they give you life plus 20. You know why they give you the plus 20? Because they are bonding you spiritually. When you come back, you still owe time.
Okay? It's a spiritual agreement.
That's why you have so many people now realizing, like, when the judge say life, double life, he's sentencing that soul to a life of servitude. And
to the after.
if you come back here, yeah, you might not come back in jail, but you come back with that sentence to serve. It's been placed over you. It's been placed over your energy. Court is very spiritual. And
You know, life is of the spirit. So when they give you life, what does that mean? It's a spiritual sentence, right?
spiritual court resembles real court. If you could see in the spirit realm, it's just the same type of court. It's kind of the same kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, I guess we trying to, today I guess God got us just,
Having people understand that
yeah,
it's beyond the physical.
revealing things
you know?
that's hidden in the dark, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like as a society, it's time for us to begin to beware and recognize the warlocks that are at work, right? Because these are the people that's been given the power to start covens, the warlocks, a lot of them. You know, they give them a power, they go out, next thing you know, they infect 13 people, and they have now formed an official coven, operable, because they get resources, y'all, to do this. Who are they targeting? True children of the Most High. People who have a divine energetic signature. You a target out here. And young children. They targeting them too. That's why they disappearing around the world like they is. It's these warlock functions, y'all, that's doing it. Y'all got me saying it. That's what's happening. We being targeted. Divine seed, people of divine creed, they even targeting churches. Like, you could come from a church, right? You will meet a warlock, and you tell him you go to church. He don't mind going to church with you, because he's scoping what's in there. And then what he do? Go report back to the coven. Look, I got a church over here on so-and-so. They got some people in there that got the power of God on them. We need to corrupt them. We need their energy. No, this is consciously. This is what be happening in reality. They do it in a way where we think somebody like, oh man, he just making up shit. They don't be doing that. Boy, they do that. That's what they do. What you think they sit down and talk about in their meetings?
Right. I was gonna say, I know we watched this one particular warlock, and he was speaking about how they would go and they would scout out certain churches to go to, you know, especially the bigger ones, so they could turn out all the members, right? You know.
So basically, anything I feel like fighting, I came in agreement. Well, to a certain degree, just to take it to what Sun Tzu said, and I think is applicable for your question. Sun Tzu says, choose your enemies wisely, for you will become them. So yeah, in a certain sense, that's what transmutation is all about. if you go fight somebody, fight an evil spirit, yeah, a part of you is gonna have that on you. You gotta transmute it. That's how spirits attack us. They come in and they attack like areas that are alive in you. Like, say you have lust alive in you. That's what the spirit gonna come inside within you. So now not only are you, that's why I say you see what I'm saying? It's like we fighting against principalities, not the flesh and blood.
Right.
That's what's driving the flesh and blood.
Right.
But we fighting the principality.
Can't fight the flesh and blood. That's not going to take it down. It's the spirit behind it.
Like, you got things in this flesh that thrive in the flesh. So when you go under spiritual attack, it's trying to connect with things that's already thriving in your flesh. That's what makes it warfare. That's why the prophet in the Bible said it's warfare in my members.
Come on now.
It's warfare in my members. So yeah, to a certain degree, yeah, you do become your enemy. So be aware of it, right? And you don't gotta make things your enemy that, you know, like we speaking about the warlock. That's not my enemy, right? He ain't my friend, but ain't my enemy. You know what I'm saying? Like, he got a job to do out here in society. I got a job to do out here, right? We got two different soul contracts. The warlock, his contract is to be an energy thief, harvest energy, right? The plight of humanity, profit off of ruin of others. People like us, light workers, we here to speak against it. God shows us what they do in the dark. We come here, we tell y'all what it is. You take it or you leave it. But when you confront it with it in real life, it'll help you if you pay attention to it. So you can know it when you see it. Because God saying nothing like being in agreement with a warlock. It's this agreement after agreement until your soul dissipates from your body and they have no more use for you. The warlock will suck you all the way down. You think a narcissist, I get you. The warlock is the embodiment of the narcissist. It's the embodiment of narcissism.
It's like a succubus, incubus. It drains you slowly. Imagine like having your inner tube leak slowly. You know, not having a big hole, but it's like every day the inner tube is leaking. Okay, that's how it goes. So then when it's depleted, you know, when you really need to get on the bike, now it's depleted. You can't get on. You can't go anywhere because all this time you had no idea there was a pin-sized hole. You know, and on the day you have something important to do, the bike, the car, it doesn't go. Right?
Always remember, that's what's happening to you when you make agreements with warlocks and those kind of energies. That's what's happening to you.
That's right. Your air, your inner tube is deflating slowly.
Every trip you go on.
Right?
Every gift you receive.
And then you know, it's funny because like you hear him doing this. And it's like, you know, what will happen is the warlock will take you out further and further, knowing that the air is coming out of the tire, right? So you're riding further and further every day on this car, on this bike, and every day he's taking you out further. He or she is taking you out further and further until that one day that tire is flat, and there's no assistance, right? There's no cell phone service in this town because, you know, they get you exactly where they want you at. Right? In this particular town, there's no cell phone service. So now you're stuck here with a flat tire.
And you know what?
That's been happening for months, years, days.
All of it can be prevented, right? I'm going to give you a simple phrase to prevent it all from happening to you. Because once it happens, it's a little harder to prevent. But in order to prevent getting in agreement with a warlock, when you meet a man and your spirit stand up wrong, ask him, look him dead in his eyes and say, what are your intentions? Right? A warlock will tell you everything you need to know because he bound by oath to do so. If he don't, things go wrong for him. Warlocks generally...
I was going to say, a lot of times they play around with the truth and you don't believe it, but they're telling you the truth.
Warlocks generally try to have an environment where you don't even ask them what are your intentions. That's why they come with gifts and shiny objects, so their intentions appear to be...
Oh, you're like, oh, their intentions are to spoil me,
they helping
take care of me. love me. But the tire is steady going flat, you know? The tire is going flat. Don't let your tire go flat, collective. Okay? You know, pay attention to when the air is coming out, right? You know, pay attention to those little inconsistencies in your tire. Pay attention to the threads poking out.
Warlocks are generally men.
Okay?
Women are generally referred to as witches and men are warlocks. Although I think it can be both ways, because you got some women, they move in the masculine, right? And they actually become warlocks. I mean, they move in the masculine in the 3D, like doms. Some doms, when they tap in and they go dark, they actually move in the energy of warlocks, because they moving in the masculine on a 3D realm. Right. All right, y'all, that was a little message for you all. I pray that it resonated and somebody got something out of it. I know somebody did, right? If nothing more, as you move about, you will run into it and you could be like, Uncle Harv and them and Lala, they was talking about this. Now, oh my God, now it's happening. I'm looking at a warlock. But remember to ask them, what's your intentions? Watch them squirm and wiggle.
Well, we love you guys so much. We hope you guys enjoyed the message. Have a great day. If you would like to support our page, all of our information is on the page. Thank you guys so much for your time, your energy, and if you enjoyed the message, you may want to subscribe so that you can get more messages like this. We are Elemental Beings, and we catch you guys later.